we always talk about it all the time. You're going to encounter things. I think the best thing to do is really take the time to absorb it, right? Everyone says heal and all these, trendy terms, but just absorb the blow. We are back.
Back again.
Welcome back. Again, we just ask that you support us, share something.
Comment, like.
Do it all.
View.
Do all the thingies to support us, but
notifications, subscribe.
And we ask that you listen, and if you get something that's valuable, you share it with somebody. That's really what we ask you guys. And again, we just talking about the website, keepituplifting.com. Just go and show some support there. Leave a review. Want to hear from you, or even email us. We just want to hear from you, and we want to if you got something you want to talk about, we want to touch on it because we have a topic from a friend of the show today that we wanted to touch on. So we truly appreciate you for listening. And with that said, welcome to the Keep It Uplifting podcast. We discuss lifestyle, fitness, motivation. I am your host, Uplifting, and I have with me the man, the myth, the GOAT behind the camera. Talk to the folks.
What's up, folks? How y'all doing, man? Man, Uplifting with the great introductions, yo. Thanks for gassing me, yo. I hope that wasn't too expensive.
I pay premium, man.
That's what I'm talking
You know
about.
What I mean, I got premium friends. I got to pay premium costs.
It's an expensive intro.
You know what I mean?
Gas the hell out of me, cuz.
No, but so the topic that I wanted to touch on today was how do you keep going when a relationship falters with your significant others? And I thought that was a great topic to unpack because it's difficult, right? Like you building a life with people sometimes, or you young, you just getting out of school, and you got your girl that is maybe still in high school and she about to graduate or whatever the case may be, and it's like life's starting to change for you, but then like things go left.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
Yo, and that situation sucks because it's like, especially when you're in something important or something strong,
Right.
you plan for the future.
Right.
So then you got these goals and you got you got obstacles that you want to hurdle.
Right.
Right. And
you got
the future that you plan for
Right.
is non-existent now.
Right.
And so it can curtail you a lot. Like, so it's a difficult situation.
Yeah.
So I could definitely understand that. I mean, we talk about planning and writing things down and achieving your goals, but then, boom, plan gone.
What happened when the GPS die? Right? Oh, where am I going?
No
right?
signal.
Yeah. What? Nah, I need this to come back. I thought I was navigating this well, you know?
And then don't forget about the emotional aspect.
Right.
You know, I mean, when we get into these relationships, we're emotionally connected. So, usually when we have business goals, fitness goals, or, different things that we want to do, it's usually not an emotional attachment to it, right?
Right.
Our emotions are all intact and we thinking level-headed.
Right.
Then a bomb hits you, boom.
Right.
You break up, or let's say you're not even broken up. You're still in the relationship, but you trying to make that work too.
Yeah.
But damn, I got goals I need to reach,
Right.
So your emotions are different now. Now you got to work through that. So it can be difficult.
Yeah. I mean, myself, man, before we started the podcast or any of the business stuff that we've been doing, I was in a lengthy relationship and I was engaged and things didn't go the way that I had planned for them to go, So from experience, I know that like sometimes you don't even realize the emotional toll it takes until it's been a while, right? We kind of talked about that on the Are You Blocking Yourself episode, where there's something that took place that was probably traumatic to you and it's causing you to think you got to be on this, hamster wheel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you're not even noticing.
Right. So at least from my experience, I think at that point, if you do have the goals written down or you do know where you're headed, I mean, there are detours, right? There are accidents that happen
all the time
when you're on your route. There's traffic jams, and you know the GPS will say, "Hey, we found a faster route, or we found another route. Would you like to take this?"
Or the time changes on the GPS.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may just need to slow down.
Yeah. Like sometimes that trip was 12 hours. Now it's 15. So what you do? You stop off. You say, "I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna refuel. I'm gonna get some food." Right? I'm gonna reset myself, and then you just get back on that route. And I think that's really what it is, man. Like we always talk about it all the time. You're going to encounter things. I think the best thing to do is really take the time to absorb it, right? Everyone says heal and all these, trendy terms, but just absorb the blow. Like in boxing, when you kind of take the blow with you,
you gotta
right?
roll with the punches.
You roll that punch.
Yeah, you roll that.
But you absorbing it. You roll it off.
That's what you're doing. Right.
Exactly. And that's exactly what you got to do in your relationship sometime is, yes, you plan for things to go well. It's over. It's heartbreaking. It's you looking around for answers. You have no answers, but you got to roll with that punch. And sometimes you just got to navigate another path. Like the goal doesn't stop. I think that was the case. That's the case with like people who have businesses or you want to be successful in certain areas. The goal doesn't stop.
Right.
Right. The goalpost is the same place on
it's the same
every
place.
American football field. Right.
It's the same place.
Right.
Yep.
It's not moving.
No.
It's not sliding to the left or the right. It's the same place. Right.
It's the same height. It's the same length. It's the same width.
Right.
All that.
False start, holding.
It's the same
clipping.
Rules. All of those still apply. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether the coach there or not.
Right. And guess where
the star players there or not.
You still got to go where?
You still got to hoop. You still got to ball.
You still got to ball out. You know what I mean? So it's not that simple, but I think when you understand that, sometimes there are going to be plays that just don't work.
Yeah.
But you still got to compete. You still got to keep going because the goal is still the goal. Period. Yeah. It's still the end result of what you're looking for. And I think that's what has to happen, and that's why I talk about fulfilling your purpose on this podcast, right? Knowing what your purpose is and living in your purpose. Like those things are the things that help you in those type of situations because maybe you were living for somebody else and you weren't living your purpose. Or maybe they were living for you and you realize that you want them to go live their purpose.
Yeah, I mean, everything happens for a reason, man. And like what I also want to say is that sometimes when you're going through an emotional roller coaster or you're in something, sometimes get in it and think it all the way through, or step back from it so you get a better view.
Right.
Steph Curry just won a championship.
Right.
Step back.
Right.
He still hits shots like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? You can still hit the shot by stepping back.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people like to ignore things or like, deep down it's taking an emotional toll on me.
Right.
Take a couple days off. Dig in it. Because I've been there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've fought depression,
Yeah.
And I realized that it was kind of late onset because I was like, I'm going to get through this.
Right.
I'm tough.
You try to shoulder it
It's
like, that's cool. I got it.
Shake that off.
Right.
But then I realized like, I can't.
Right.
And then you get into it late. You were doing good, and then you fall into it. You don't know what's going on.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta live there for a little bit, think everything through, and take that as a lesson and learn from it.
And that's why I like this subject because I wanted to talk about it because men go through this all the time. We get divorced, women break up with us, and you see dudes crumble.
Yeah, some people,
right?
Yeah.
And what it is I really feel like you lose your way.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens to women too, but talking to the fellas, if you lose your way, the only way to find your way is to really, really get to know yourself, figure yourself out.
Yeah.
If that's through therapy, meditation, whatever form you need to use, God, religion, whatever, you got to figure that out. But it's all based upon your purpose, because we have a goal to be the #1 motivational podcast, right? There's nothing that can happen that will take that goal away.
Yeah, the goal's still there.
Right?
Like you
so
said.
If I'm not #1, I have to get better. If I'm #2, I still need to get better, right? Like, the goal is to be #1. That's what we're always working towards. So if it doesn't happen, but that's how we come in here and we operate and we work towards that every day.
Right.
Like, the problem is you lose sight of what the end state is, what you're actually trying to achieve.
Keep your eye on the prize.
Right. Some people want to live a happy life, but they start doing things outside of what makes them happy.
Yeah.
To try and live a happy life, they're trying to live a happy life instead of being happy with their life that they're living.
Yeah, they're going about it the opposite way.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Build yourself up and everything else will end up being your reality. You know? So when you in a relationship or somebody passes, man, and that's devastating. Losing somebody is devastating. But you have to understand where you're headed, what your purpose for still being here is. And that's something you have to find within yourself. Nobody can tell you what that is. There's no outside presence. There's no meme. There's no reel. There's no TikTok that's going to tell you and enlighten you on who you are to become.
Yeah, man.
You got to find those answers however you find them. Like I said, through therapy, prayer, whatever, meditation, whatever it is for yourself, you have to find those. But if you are going through this happened to you, you lost someone who was great to you, and you're feeling a little troubled, you're feeling down, you just have to recenter, take a step back, like we said. You still hit shots when you take steps back. Take that step back, refocus, and really understand what your purpose is. And when you're living your purpose, it's just nothing better than that, man.
Real talk.
You know what I mean?
People who dig their own selves out of holes are dangerous people.
Yeah. It's really fine. It's really, you could tell somebody to find yourself, but I think when you live with purpose, you live intentionally. We talked about that in the 7 spiritual laws of success. Right. So when you start living your purpose, trying to fulfill your purpose here on earth, you start to live intentionally. You start to live out your days intentionally, and then things come to fruition. So if you got a goal in mind, just keep focusing on that goal. Keep looking forward. Understand that things have happened. You may need to take some time to heal, absorb the blow, roll with the punches, and keep it uplifting.
Make sure to like, comment, share, and most importantly, keep it uplifting.
Take it up, listen.